A new Super Mario 64 Strat shaves 26 hours off the previous run. A demo drops for the newest game adaptation of the late Akira Toriyama and the new Phasmophobia style game where you play as Twitch streamers. I'm Ash Dixon and this is Jinx News. A Super Mario 64 speedrunner has discovered a new strategy which shaves off 26 hours from the run. Now, you're going to want to strap yourselves in for this because we're about to talk about wall squishes, hyperspeed lava boosts, and parallel universes. No, I'm not kidding. You see, several speedrunners like to see how fast they can complete specific levels without pressing the A button. Now, jumping is a core part of Mario. I mean, the dude was literally originally known as Jumpman. However, several years ago, a solution was found. And while this is a very simplified version, essentially you can pin Mario into specific locations to gain momentum. The game usually uses collisions to stop Mario in his tracks, meaning there isn't actually a cap on how fast he can move. Getting him stuck in certain positions means that speed keeps increasing until he's moving fast enough that he outright zooms out of the map. And this is where parallel universes come in, so stay with me. Think of the Mario map as a square grid, and that grid has coordinates based on your position on that map. If Mario zooms out of that square, well, he can travel into the next square in that grid. That next square is what we'd call a parallel universe. Now, technically, that new square doesn't contain the map, but Mario still has coordinates relating to his position in that new square. Obviously, the game is confused as hell at this point, but it still has access to those coordinates, and it can relate those coordinates to where Mario would be if he was still on the original map. Think of it like the game creating a ghost version of Mario. The player can then use that lightning fast speed to traverse different positions in different parallel universes, eventually navigating back to the original world and popping up conveniently by the star in order to complete the level.
This is f***ing mad.
It is, yeah. How people discover this stuff, I have no idea, but boy, it goes deeper. For the level Lethal Lava Land, the strategy involved using the same mechanic but on a bully instead. See, the same rules apply to the NPCs. You can get them stuck in a certain position, continually push them to build up their speed, and then use its momentum to knock Mario across a few hundred parallel universes to collect the star. Easy, right? Well, to get all of those speeds high enough takes a certain amount of time. 26 hours to be exact. But a new player has now come along, Super Marble 94, and has discovered a new method which trims that all down to 59 seconds. It starts off fairly familiar. Find a bully, push it into a wall and start building up its momentum. Line up the perfect angle and boom, this happens. No need to traverse parallel universes, but enough speed to bounce around the map all the way to the star. And it's really quite incredible that new stuff like this is still being discovered in a game released in 1996. And their YouTube video just makes it all even more perfect. Its title just describes it as Faster Strat, which is understatement of the year. And of course, their profile picture is a furry, and that their bio simply reads, "I like Guitar Hero." Like, you can't make this shit up. Either way, a huge congratulations in smashing a speedrunning record in such a monumental way, and for yet again solidifying my love of speedrunning. And I'm curious what you think. Do you enjoy speedrunning content? What games are the most fun to play or watch? Do let me know down in the comments. A demo has just dropped for Sandland, the new action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic desert. It's a video game adaptation of the beloved manga series created by the late Akira Toriyama. He's of course most known for Dragon Ball Z, but his work extended far into other amazing manga and video games. Sandland is one such example, and in the new game you'll guide Beelzebub, or the Fiend Prince, as he joins a ragtag team of adventurers on a quest to uncover the hidden legendary spring. After all, it's a post-apocalyptic desert, and here good old water is liquid gold. It's being made by ILCA, the same studio behind Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and has a focus on vehicular action. So if you have a PlayStation, Xbox or PC, it's a fantastic opportunity to dive into a perhaps more unfamiliar world created by the legendary Toriyama. And if the demo leaves you thirsting for more, then the full game drops on the 26th of April. A new horror game looks to put a spin on phasmophobia, because this time you play as Twitch streamers. It's called ghostbros, and look, it wears its inspiration on its sleeve, but it looks to mix things up in an interesting way. First of all, everyone on the team has their own distinct roles with their own unique abilities. They include the investigator, medium, technician, and stream manager. And it's the stream manager which is a nice inclusion, because if you have a friend who's a bit of a wuss when it comes to horror games, they can still be included. They can sit safely away from the chaotic encounters while still providing a vital role for the team. And to add to the immersion of playing as a Twitch streamer, the game also includes real-life haunted locations for you to explore, which is a nice touch. I personally think this is ripe for hilarious role-playing opportunities with your friends. I can already envision walking around like, "What is up, guys? It's your boy Ash, and today we're..." Or maybe you're a different type of influencer, and perhaps finding a 200-year-old spirit presents a worthy opponent for you to later challenge in the boxing ring. The beta is planned for October, so it's still a little while away before you can give it a go. There is a Kickstarter if you do want to support the devs, though that was fully funded in like 2 days. And that leaves me curious for your thoughts. Obviously, Phasmophobia blew up a few years ago, so is there room for new games like this? Does it change things up enough? Let me know in the comments. It's time for the Quickfire Round, and first up, Helldivers 2 players are spotting these rather suspicious blue beams. Now, funnily enough, in the original game, there was a faction called the Illuminate, a highly sophisticated group with snipers who hunted Helldivers with blue beams. So obviously this has sent the internet into a frenzy, with players posting examples of what they believe to be a tease that the Illuminate are on the way. But the CEO of Arrowhead Games is denying that they exist, despite overwhelming video evidence. They have a bit of a cheeky habit of doing this now, and I would just like to personally congratulate them for somehow making gaslighting fun. Palworld could soon be getting its very own comic series. The developers pocketpair are advertising a position for someone who can draw, and they posted a couple of handy examples of what they'd expect over on their Twitter. The first image shows Liftmonk, Tansy, and Depresso, yep, that's its actual name, slaving away making pow spheres before turning the tables on some syndicate thugs. But the second one might catch you right in the feels, as this Lil Pengulet works hard as literal ammunition, only to watch as its master gives cuddles to a chillet instead. Kind of sets the tone for what these comics will be like, so yeah, if you fancy yourself as a bit of an artist and maybe have sociopathic tendencies, you have until the 31st of March to submit your work. The Fallout TV series is less than a month away, so Xbox are marking the occasion by giving away something almost as rare as a leopard print bandana. They've made a vault for an Xbox, as well as a one-of-a-kind Series X and matching controller. In true Fallout fashion, the vault exterior looks like it's been through a nuclear detonation, with a custom key code on the door and a good old thumbs up from the Vault Boy in the interior. The Xbox and controller slot right in with a fair bit of room to spare, so it looks like the vault will be a pretty chunky boy. Nowadays, competitions are legally obliged to include the cash value of any items, and according to the fine print, it's worth about $5,000, which is rather impressive. And it's a whole lot better than this other custom Final Fantasy bundle they're giving away, which does include an Xbox that doesn't actually work. But do you know who does work? Us here at Jinx News. We all know that the gaming industry in general is going through a rough patch at the moment. To help us keep making and improving this show, we've just launched a Patreon, which we're calling Jinx Plus. Now, you might not know, but outside of Jinx News, we make in-depth gaming documentaries, gameplay videos, and all kinds of good stuff. Jinx Plus not only supports this channel, but it gives you access to a whole load of high-quality content whenever you want it. Of course, there's no pressure here. I'm just glad that you're watching the show, but if you do want to help us out, well, we're not going to say no. You can catch up on yesterday's news somewhere around here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.